Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. My name is Rachel. Today we're going to give our lower body a nice, awesome stretch. So if that sounds good to you, if you need some stretching through the legs, the quads, the hamstrings, all that good stuff, find a little bit of space to move. Let's get started, and just remember to give this video a thumbs up if you like it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. So let's begin by bringing the soles of our feet together and our knees out wide. So just adjust the distance that your heels are from your hips so that you can still sit nice and tall. So if you need to bring the hands to the knees, just to help create a little bit more length through the spine, give it a shot. And I want you to just close your eyes here. Start to let go of your day, relax your shoulders, settle into your mat. Finding your breath. And then you can stay here sitting nice and tall. Or you can take a little forward fold over top of those legs if you'd like to take this even further into the hips. So just go as far as feels good for you. And if you are hanging onto your feet, just be nice and gentle on those toes. No need to pull yourself down. Just let the upper body fall as it wants to. And slowly with an inhale, you can start to lift yourself back up. So we're just going to bring the knees together and plant the feet. You can give yourself a little rock side to side if you really felt that. So we're going to be crossing the left foot over top of the right knee. So you can start by straightening that right leg and then just bringing the left foot on that thigh. So if you feel this already through the hip, through that left leg, you can keep that right leg straight. But if not, you can actually bend that leg and plant that foot. And that's just going to bring this left side a lot closer to the chest and deepen your stretch. So you can move the hips as close to that bottom foot as you'd like. I encourage you to flex this top foot. That's just going to make things a lot nicer for that knee. And you can bring your hands behind you to help support you. And again, you're just bringing the chest towards that leg, that top leg, to feel this through that outer quad, outer hip, even that glute. So staying for just another breath here. And if you've got that bottom leg bent and up high, I'm going to get you to bring it back down. So it's going to be nice and straight. We're just going to take that left foot and bring it into the inner thigh. So that right leg's nice and straight in front of you. Take an inhale, sit tall, and exhale, tip it forward. Just enough to get that stretch to the calf and into that hamstring. So if you flex the foot, it's going to take things a lot further, right? A lot sooner, and feel so good. And slowly with your next inhale, you can start to lift that upper body back up. We're going to be extending the left leg out now. And we're just going to roll onto that left side. So you can come all the way down onto your forearm or even lay it a little further down. But getting into that quad, that right quad. So you're just going to grab on for your foot, encourage your heel towards your glute. Squeezing the knees together. And just kind of finding your balance as you hang out on that left hip. So you might be staying here, but if you want to take this a little further, if you want the floor to help bring that foot towards your glute, you can actually turn over onto your butt, I guess, kind of your back, but the foot will just be coming beside that right hip, and you might be on your forearms here, or you could lay all the way down onto your back, but you're still getting into that right quad. And if you did bring that right leg down all the way to the floor, let's just roll back onto that left side, and everybody can let it go. So you can let that right leg go. We're going to come up and we're going to switch sides so that right foot is going to cross over top of the left leg this time. And then maybe you're staying here, or maybe you're planting that bottom foot. Again, you can slide those hips a little closer if you'd like. I encourage you, as always, to flex that top foot if you'd like, just to protect that knee. And then find that stretch. Breathe wherever you are. So very slow, you can start to extend that bottom leg out. We're going to bring the right foot to the inner thigh. So make sure that left leg's coming straight out in front of you this time. Inhale, sit tall. And exhale as you tip it forward a little bit, a lot, whatever feels good. And using an inhale, let's just start to lift back up. So you can extend that right leg out. We'll be finding that right hip this time. So rolling onto that right side, hugging the heel towards the glute. Getting into that quad. So if you're here, just squeeze the knees together if they're coming away from each other. And then if you did take that further option by bringing that leg to the floor, you can give it a try on this side as well. You just shift those hips so that you're sitting completely on your mat. And let that floor help bring the heel beside that left hip instead of using any body strength, your arms. Awesome, you guys. Slowly lift on up. Let's roll back onto that right side and then just extend the left leg out nice and long. So we're going to be coming onto our knees. We're going to find a lunge. So your right foot can come forwards. Let's finish off with our hip flexors. So bring that right foot forward, sink the hips forward so your hands can definitely come to the floor here. I want you getting into that left hip flexor. So if you feel that your hip is stacking right above your knee and you're not getting a whole lot there, just push them forwards a little bit. And then maybe let that upper body just rest on your front knee, or you can have the hands on top of the knee and lifting that chest. But a few breaths here, so take your time settling in. Breathing softness into that hip. And at any time you want to take it a little further, maybe bring the hands to the knee. We're still sinking those hips nice and forward. Awesome, you guys. So if your hands are on your knee, just bring them back to the floor. I want you to send this front foot over to the left. So we're going to take pigeon. So you can bring that knee down, that right hip down towards the mat, starting off perhaps with the heel really close to that left hip, and then you can melt it down. If you have nice open hips, your foot might be a little bit away from that left hip, but just play with it. Find what feels best for you, and then just try to relax that upper body. Maybe rest your head on your arms or on a pillow or something. And slowly, when you're ready, you can start to lift back up. Lift all the way back up and just bring that right knee to the mat. Give your hips a little rock from side to side. Just loosen, keep moving things around. We're going to move back into that right hip right away, so giving it a little extra love back to back. So that left foot, I guess, is going to come forwards, and starting with that lunge, so getting into that hip flexor. Maybe taking the hands to the floor to start or for the whole stretch, but get those hips nice and low. And then staying here, maybe lifting the hands up to the knee. Just letting gravity pull those hips down towards the floor. Very good, you guys. Bringing your hands down. If they're up right now, let's move that left foot over to the right side of the mat, taking our pigeon, our last nice stretch for that lower body today. Feeling this all through that glute, that outer hip, maybe even into the quad. And then slowly, slowly, let's start to push ourselves back up. We're just going to bring that left knee onto the mat. You can take those hips for a little rock from side to side, noticing how good they feel right now. So good. Awesome, you guys. Feel free to come to a comfy seat whenever you're ready for it. Cross-legged or however you want to sit. And then bringing your hands together at heart center. Awesome work today. I hope that you're feeling nice and stretched out through those legs, that lower body. Have a really excellent day. Until we meet again, namaste.